If you made the average human life the length of one day, if you're 20, then right now it's about 6 a.m. I'm about to turn 20, and this fact has kind of stuck with me for a minute now. This is all off the cuff, by the way, which is weird for me. Normally I do all scripted stuff and, you know, everything's planned out, but this is a bit more candid. So I don't have a script, so we're just going to see how this goes. I heard this fact when I was probably 16 or so, and like I said, it's really stuck with me. It really puts into perspective how much time we have in our life. 20 is about the middle age of Gen Z right now. You know, I think the oldest is about 26 and the youngest are about like 14 or 13. So for pretty much all of Gen Z, it's around 5, 6 a.m. And I think that's interesting because there's a plane going over me. And I think that's interesting because Gen Z really seems to be hyper-focused on how much time we have left and how much time has passed. Every time I look at Instagram, I feel like I see a video that's something along the lines of, hey, did you know that October was 6 months ago? No, bro, it was actually 7 months ago. And it's like, whoa, that's crazy. I can't believe that 2014 was a decade ago. We all really have this obsession with time, just to kind of as a generational thing. And that's interesting to me because it's always talked about in the context of like, oh man, well, it's over now. I'm 20 years old. My childhood is gone. But the truth of the matter is that when using this analogy, if you're in Gen Z, you're still sleeping. It's 6 a.m. The sun hasn't even come up yet, and most of us already feel like it's over. I actually came out to this field at 6 a.m. today, but it started raining, so it's like 5:30 p.m. now. Doesn't really sell the effect as hard, but it's the thought that counts, and boy, is that thought counting. Let's get a change of scenery. Switch up the spot here. It's a little quieter over here. I feel like Gen Z all the time says things like life is passing me by. I'm growing up, but I don't feel older. All that kind of stuff. Now, I'm not trying to say all these people are just stupid. I'm Gen Z myself. I feel this too. But I like to use this analogy just to keep my mind in the right spot. If you imagine one full day, the first 6-7 hours of it, most people don't even experience. They're normally sleeping. And I kind of feel like as a generation, we're all mourning the loss of the first 6 hours of the day. Not to say that all of these claims we're making are totally unfounded. We are definitely experiencing less things. We spend a lot more time online, all of that stuff. But I simply don't think it's as dire or it's as worthy of mourning over as some people make it out to be. You know, I'm turning 20 soon. I'm about to enter a new decade of life. And, you know, I feel like I feel many similar things to the rest of my generation. I feel like there's a lot of things that I wanted to do in my teens that I just kind of didn't. And while there is regret for not doing some of those things, there's still time. I have my 20s. I can do them in my 20s. I didn't make any music. I wanted to do that. Ever since I was like 13, I wanted to put out music. And I haven't done that yet. I started a video series when I was 13, and I haven't finished it yet. You know, maybe you have a business you want to start up or something. Maybe you're looking at your 20s in the face, and you regret not doing something in your teens. And that's okay, but instead of using that regret to further spiral down into sadness and think your 20s are going to be horrible, you can use that regret and put it towards something good. You can end up doing that. You wanted to start a business when you were 17 and you haven't done it yet. You can do it. You can go do it. You haven't done it yet. And, you know, there could be problems attached to that, but that's all right. You can go do that right now. Even if you're like 60. I don't know why you're watching this if you're 60, but it's like, what, 9 p.m. or something for you? You can do something. Colonel Sanders was like 65 or whatever. That dude was looking at that dude is howling at the midnight moon. Gen Z is still young. I know we're now not the youngest generation in the zeitgeist anymore, but we are all still young. Even if you're like 25, you know, you still got a lot of time. And I just think we all get a little scared about something that really isn't there. But also, using this analogy, previous generations did kind of wake up earlier. People used to get married younger. People used to move out younger, all of that stuff. But another truth I guess I will rebuttal with is that someone who wakes up at 4:30 a.m. is not automatically going to have a better day than someone who wakes up at 7. I've woken up at 4:30 before and tried to have a day, and sometimes it wasn't good. Sometimes I had a good morning and then it fizzled out. And sometimes I still wasn't productive, even though I woke up early. On the flip side, there were some days where I woke up at 10 and I ended up having a good day. The time at which I started did not guarantee a win or a loss. It's hot out here. I think I'm sweating like a lot. Our lives really are just starting. Our days are just now getting started, and we're already mourning the loss of the first couple hours. Now, some people did wake up earlier. Some people are successful at 17. Some people have found their purpose in life by 20. But again, that's someone who woke up early, and that does not automatically mean that they won over you. That doesn't mean that they won a competition. It just means that they got a head start. And it's okay to not get a head start. I don't think we should be, as a whole generation, so obsessed and upset with our place in life. Now, I don't want someone to read into this and think that I'm justifying doing nothing with your life. Actually, I kind of want the opposite. I want this video to have a sense of urgency to it. Sure, for a lot of Gen Z, the sun isn't even up yet, but the sun is about to come up. If you're 19, if you're 21, and you feel like you should get started in life, you feel like you're not in the right place, then you're probably right. It's just apparent that Gen Z is really scared about the future, and I don't think we have to be. Now, Gen Z might have got some bad sleep overall, you know? So we might have got woken up in the middle of the night and we went back to bed. Who knows? There's a lot of different ways to spin this analogy. But even if you got bad sleep, even if you woke up on the wrong side of the bed, you can still have a good day. You can still have a fulfilling day. And, you know, comparing that to this analogy, a fulfilling life. I kind of wanted to make this brain dump of a video to say that, you know, you can start now and it's okay. But again, it's true that Gen Z has grown up looking at their screens. They weren't outside all the time. They don't remember a lot of their life so far. I throw myself in that category. You know, maybe you've never had a significant other. Maybe you went through school and just like played video games all day, and you feel like now you graduated, you feel like it's all over for you. It's just not. I mean, that's kind of the best way to put it. If you're 18, it's not even 6 a.m. You can have a good life. You can have a good day. Let's move again. There's a little thing right here I can stand on. Oh boy, there's cicadas everywhere. I guess this video, I kind of want it to offer a little sliver of hope to some people, because I know some people really feel horribly about this topic. But I also wanted to offer some encouragement to start, you know? It's okay to start whenever, just as long as you start your day at some point. And I think worrying about when you're going to wake up is just going to make your day worse in general. That sun is about to come up, and enjoy it, I guess. I don't really know what else to say with this video. I just kind of wanted to bring up that analogy and talk a little bit about it. So, yeah, have a good one.